keywords.
What are you doing here? I thought we agreed that you were going to stay away today.
Someone here?
No. I just figured you'd show up since I always seem to get involved with men who don't follow direction. My son's the same way.
Good morning.
It is now.
Do you know when Brooke is getting in?
No. And if you're wondering what I'm going to say to her when she does arrive, so am I.
I'm coming home to you as fast as I can. Paris seems so gray without you.
You're dreaming, Logan.
I like to dream about you when I'm so far away. So many nights. So many dreams.
Are we there yet?
You sound like I used to sound on long car trips.
Oh,
No, I'm just checking on you.
I'm fine, sweetie. Just resting.
I don't know what to do.
I'm fine with Allie sitting up in the pilot's jump seat. We never would have left the ground if Kyle hadn't proposed it.
No. That's not what I mean.
Well, can I help it if I inspire such strong feelings in women? No jokes. Okay. Is your mom okay?
I have a terrible feeling that I did a terrible thing.
That sounds terrible.
I need you to tell me if you think I was wrong.
Okay, I pretty much never think that you're wrong, but sure. What happened?
Katie did not faint at my mom's wedding.
What do you mean, like something medically happened?
Not medically, but something.
Which was what?
Stopping the wedding?
No, Katie's not that spiteful.
No, I'm not saying that she did it to hurt my
Yeah, but I
mom.
mean, what kind of a person would deliberately do that?
You haven't known Katie very long, and don't get me wrong, I love her. I adore my aunt. I have always looked up to her.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some issues with her and my sister Bridget, but we were all way younger then. I think that getting married and having a baby really changed Katie, so this is the last thing that I would have expected from her.
What is?
Falling in love with Ridge. You can't tell anybody.
What?
You cannot tell
What?
anybody
Oh
that
my
I just told you that.
God, who would believe me? I'm talking about self-defeating. Another man committed to your mom?
Well, used to be. Not anymore.
What about all the profession of vows we all heard?
See, okay, this is what I grew up with. Ridge would be living with us, everything was great, and he would try and do right by his kids that he had with Taylor, and then he'd be gone. He would leave, he would move in with Taylor, and then eventually he'd marry Taylor, and that would last like a year or two, and then he'd come back. I couldn't stand to have my mom go through that again. So I told Ridge and Katie before we left that they need to figure out what they're doing, and I was going to bring Mom to Paris for a few days so they could have that time. I actually thought that they would come to their senses, but last night, they told me that they want to be together.
Okay, but how is that your fault?
I feel like maybe I should have stayed out of it. I'm wondering if it would have been better for my mom to have had Ridge for a week than to not have him at all. This is gonna break my mom's heart.
I still think I need to talk to Brooke first.
Ridge, no. I'm not going to hide behind you. I'm a big girl. I need to face this on my own.
This is about a decision that I've made.
You're not alone. You and me, remember? Listen, Brooke may never understand this, and we will have to live with that. But love doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to. And if anyone should understand that, it's my sister.
about to come wake you up.
Oh, I heard Kyle say we'd begun our descent. Is Allie still up there with the pilot?
Yeah, she's okay. She's fine.
Good. I hope so. I'm gonna call the county clerk as soon as we get to LA.
Why? You got a deed to file or something?
The deed for my marriage. I am tired of invitations and planning and all that jazz. I just want to get married in front of the justice of the peace and be with Rich again. I mean, it wouldn't take too long, right? We just fill out a few papers and we say our I do's. Hey, do you guys want to be our witnesses?
Oh, I don't think that we can commit to anything right now,
It's kind
but
of hard right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand. It's been a long flight.
yeah.
I mean, who knows what the day is going to look like in LA?
That's true. Katie wants me to come there right away.
Oh, did she say why?
I don't know, actually, but it feels good. Feels like we're sisters again. Maybe she's making me breakfast. The county clerk can wait a few hours, right?
Yeah.
You want me to stay?
I don't.
You do.
I do, actually, but
You
you
do?
can't. You can't. Brooke won't say what she really means if you're here. It'll be like she's in a straitjacket.
What does that mean?
She's not the same person when you're around, don't you know that? She's whoever you need her to be when your eyes are on her, and then it's someone else's turn.
Well, I guess there's some truth to that.
Rich, I'm scared. I'm about to admit that I'm guilty of what I've accused her of.
Not guilty of anything. The only thing we have to do is confess that our feelings have changed.
I stopped your wedding.
And I'm glad.
Where will you be?
At the office, probably. Just thinking of you every minute.
What if it's a disaster?
At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. It just has to be done. You're back.
Yeah. My mom is on her way to Katie's. I figured you'd be there too.
Well, Katie wanted to talk to her sister alone first.
Works out very well for you. You won't be there to take the full brunt of shock and pain that you're causing. Sorry. Jet lag, you know. You know how it is flying back from Paris. You leave in the morning. Half a day later, you land expecting it to be night, and it's the same morning you already lived through.
Yeah, I've been to Paris. I know all about time travel. I've done it.
And why can't you, at least in your mind, go back and remember how much you loved my mom?
Well, I can. I have in my mind.
What happened?
I don't know what happened. How old are you now? It doesn't matter. You're old enough. Do you know what it's like to want something so badly for so long that you don't even remember not wanting it? And then finally the day's there. At last, it's yours, and something inside you has changed. It's shifted, and the thing that you wanted for so long, you just don't want it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I have felt that.
I'm sorry, I truly am for all of it.
Katie says that the two of you are in love.
Yeah, we are.
God. I mean, how can you know for sure? This is still so new.
It's not that. I've known her for a long time. Come on.
Yeah, but how well do you know her? I mean, honestly, Ridge, you haven't even been around the past year. Look, my mom knows that what I think happened between her and Bill was inexcusable. But Katie, you know, she really isn't the innocent victim that she's making herself out to be. And frankly, none of this would have even happened if it weren't for Taylor's vendetta against my mom. Bill and Katie would still be together, and honestly, I don't think they were so badly matched.
Bill Spencer's a horrible human being.
He's a terrible person, you're right. But how can you say that what you've done isn't any different from what he's done?
I'm back. Hey, how are you? How do you feel?
Better. I'm better. Come in.
Okay.
You must be exhausted.
Oh, I'm just excited to be home. I love Paris. Who doesn't? But it felt like it was a million miles away.
Yeah, well, Fashion Week can be crazy.
Well, it wasn't that, really. You look pale. What did the doctor say?
Nothing. I haven't been back.
When's your next appointment?
6 months
6 months. So you haven't had a recurrence?
of what happened at the wedding. No. We should really talk about that.
But Ridge did stay with you that first night.
No. He's never stayed in this house. No.
He promised. And Dr. Patrick wanted you to be watched for 24 hours.
Well, people were calling, and I was fine, and Ridge came by every day.
Okay. Well, that was sweet of him.
And he knew something that you and Dr. Patrick didn't.
Honey, you shouldn't keep secrets from the doctor.
There was nothing wrong with me at the wedding.
I know. And we're all so grateful for that.
No. What you think happened didn't happen.
Well, I gotta ask you, how exactly am I like Bill Spencer?
You traded in your wife for her sister?
She's not my wife.
Ex-wife.
She's not my wife. And I didn't have an affair behind her back. What Bill and Brooke did together, I can't look at her the same way anymore.
Okay, so what are you saying? Are you saying that what you did was bad, but what my mom did was worse?
No, I'm not saying that.
First you agonize over this supposedly inexcusable crime that my mom committed with Bill. You know, do you still love her? Do you think that you'll ever be able to look at her the same? And then Katie does the same thing, essentially, but it's different. It's different because now it's put you back in that very familiar, very comfortable man-in-the-middle situation. And what, is that more acceptable to your ethics?
Maybe you're right. I left for a year, and all I wanted was to come back a better man. And sadly, all you see is some clown trying to figure out what a better man would do. I relied on my mom the same way you rely on yours. And I loved my mom the same way you love yours. But I can't ask her what she thinks anymore. But I have a feeling if Stephanie were here, and she'd seen what was going on with Bill and Brooke, I think she would have seen the better man in me, and I think she would have said, is enough. You gotta do me a favor. Don't talk about Katie. She was relentless about putting me and Brooke back together. She tried as hard as she could until she couldn't. And you know what? That's life. I think you're driving the car, next thing you know, a steering wheel is ripped out of your hands. And the only thing you can really do is sit back and hope that no one gets hurt too badly.
Oh, honey, you really gotta get past this. I know you feel bad about interrupting the wedding, but it's not your fault. You really shouldn't feel guilty. I'm just I'm happy we can be here together and talk openly and honestly.
Yeah, I think that we should be honest about everything.
Okay. Maybe this isn't a good time to talk about weddings and wedding plans. And maybe you can't really be happy for me now that I'm with Ridge. But you can say no.
To what?
I do believe if you get married in a courthouse, you need a witness. And I was wondering if maybe you want to help Ridge and me finish what we started. I know this is difficult for you. But someday a man's gonna come along and he's gonna love you. And you're gonna fall head over heels.
What would you say if I said that had already happened?
What? You're kidding? Who? What? Is it Bill?
No. Someone I could love and trust in return.
Oh, that's wonderful. You know how much I want that for you. I want you to be happy. So, do I know him?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, well, tell me everything.
I'm not really sure where to begin. We've been through a lot, and at the end of the day, we're sisters, and I love you, and I would never want to hurt you.
I love you too. And I'm sorry that I ever hurt you.
I know you are. I believe you.
Oh, honey, thank you. So who is it? You've got to tell me, who is this lucky man in your life?
Okay. Here goes. I love you. I do. And after Bill, I was worried that I would never be able to trust anyone ever again. I would never be able to open myself up and allow someone to love me and see me for who I am. But I know that this is going to come as a shock, and I'm sorry. But I hope that one day you'll be able to understand and maybe even be happy for me.
Of course I would be happy for you. Of course. Who is it?
It's Ridge. I'm in love with Ridge.